with me. So we will be painting, take a shot every time I say a word, paint, an eye, just one single eye. So the reason for this eye picture, I guess, is when I first started oil painting, which was like 5 months ago, that was the first piece I ever did. I loved it. It came out great, but then I sold it. And I'm super happy it found a new home and it is loved by someone else, but I miss an eye. So now I was like, why not just do a different one? So that is the main goal for today. We will be painting an eye. You can follow along, paint with me, get it, paint with me, or don't, or just watch me paint. I'm actually going to be using a smaller canvas, not this one back here, just a smaller one, and I'm excited.
Greetings and salutations. $1 for anyone who knows that reference. I know I already did an intro, but this is the welcoming to my first ever voiceover. And if you find my voice annoying, feel free to just mute me and watch the rest of the video in absolute silence. I promise it won't hurt my feelings. I'm usually a very loud and potentially obnoxious person, but this video I will do my very best to sound like a normal human being, and I can also guarantee there will be no screaming or loud laughing. For this painting, I just started out with a quick sketch. I usually work off of a photo reference, but since this is just a very generic eye, there was no need for a specific picture. When it comes to drawing eyes, I find it quite difficult to get the correct shape just because it's such a small but prominent feature on the face. When it comes to oil painting, there really isn't a need for any shading or trying to put too many details because the main objective of sketching things out is really just for accurate placement. Okay, so here I am done with the sketch. I just did it like super casual just so I could know like placement of stuff, because honestly once you put oil painting on you can't even see half of it. So just the brows, the eyes, and then I added some stars along with like little circles for embellishment, and I think it's going to be pretty cute. Hopefully I can execute this the way I think I can in the sense of like color and placement, but I'm done with the sketch. I just want to put a quick disclaimer that everything I say in this video is my opinion, and take what I say with a grain of salt. I have no professional training in oil painting or art. I just took a bunch of lessons as a kid and watched way too many YouTube videos. So I don't even know if this is the best way of doing things, but it's the way I learned and adjusted to my own liking. As a kid, I always thought oil painting was the most interesting style, and it was the one I really wanted to try. The first time I ever oil painted was probably in 5th or 6th grade in my Taiwan art classes. One was a painting of a bowl of fruit, and the other one was flowers. My mom actually have those framed and hung in our house, even though they're absolutely horrible. But back in May, when we were still in quarantine, or I guess technically we are still in quarantine, I was given a full set of high-grade oil paints and tools. So having a bunch of time on my hands, I started watching tutorials and other people's paint with me's to teach myself. Even though the process can be very tedious and time-consuming, I really do enjoy all of it. Even though I'm very impatient, I feel like oil painting is definitely worth it. Here you can see that I'm actually using my old eye painting as a reference instead of just looking at another eye. When it comes to mixing skin tones or colors for the skin tones, I usually like to start off lighter and then add more color or build more color on top, just because it's harder to strip away the color or the intensity of color than adding more pigment to it. So a little quick fun fact about oil paintings is that all of the materials used, including paints and oils to dilute them, are very toxic. It smells disgusting, and I actually paint in my room with my door closed and no windows open because it's El Paso and it's very, very windy. So every time I'm finished painting or I'm like painting, my brother comes in and tells me that my room smells like a warehouse. Once I have my base layer done, I go in with a pink tone to bring some color back into the skin so it looks less corpse-like, and darker shades to add shadow. I also use a combination of whatever color I think will help give the face its dimension. A common mistake I have seen in my past work is that I used to keep the eyeball white, so then the eye looks very flat. Now I like to add blue or gray tint to it, which allows me to add more shadows in the inner and outer corners. For this particular piece, I had to keep in mind of the shadows underneath the eyebrow and the eye socket along with the nose. It's been about 2 weeks since I painted this last, and this is how it looks right now. It took a lot longer than I thought it was going to dry just because the weather is getting colder, so the paint, or like the oil specifically, is having a hard time to solidify. And I did texture on a lot of the paint, especially on the eye area, to give it that like white detailing. I was trying my best to be super patient, but every like 2 days or so, or 3, I would go and like lightly touch it, and then I would smear it a little, and then I would get upset at myself. It was just an ongoing cycle for 2 weeks until it finally dried. And now I can finally go in and add more of the details, which is the star accents that I had originally sketched out, along with like eyelashes and then some more hair strokes on the eyebrows.
Saturdays back in 05, flip-flops with the socks high. My dad was driving me down to the Diamond. Backseat, and I thought I was gonna make it big time. Maybe it's crazy to think we're the same kid. It's just circles in my head. I've been running after something I know money couldn't help. Always starving for my purpose, maybe I ain't found it yet. Honest questions with my mother, all these things you think you want, will they ever be enough? Looking for the answers where they used to be, at the center of it all for everyone to see. If I lose all the attention and I own nothing, it's just her and me on a bench in the street with Dolly underneath, that would be enough for me. That would be enough for me. 25 on the outside, with dark bags under bright eyes. Maybe I'm tired cause my expectations are too high. The truth is, right now I've got everything I need, but it's never been my nature to accept complacency. It's just circles in my head. I'm still running after something I know money cannot help. Always starving for more purpose, maybe it's right here instead. Honest questions with my lover, all these things I think I want, will they ever be enough? Looking for the answers where they used to be, at the center of it all for everyone to see. If I lose all the attention and I own nothing, it's just her and me on a bench in the street with Dolly underneath, that would be enough for me. That would be enough for me. Yeah, that would be enough for me. Yeah, that would be enough for me. It's just circles in my head. I've been running after something I know money couldn't help. know my purpose, maybe I ain't found it yet. Honest questions with my mirror, all these things you think you want, will they ever be enough? Looking for the answers where they used to be, at the center of it all for everyone to see. If I lose all the attention and I own nothing, it's just her and me on a bench in the street with Dolly underneath. That would be enough for me.